Hello and welcome to the daily English news program on Azerbaycan Television with the most important events of the day. I'm your host, Rəsmi. The 6th Eastern Partnership Summit of the European Union has been held in Brussels, the capital of the Kingdom of Belgium. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham attended the summit.
The head of state made a speech at the summit. President Ilham drew attention to the successfully developing Azerbaijan-EU relations and stressed the importance of the Partnership Priorities document initialed between the European Union and Azerbaijan in 2018, noting that more than 90% of the work on a new partnership agreement between Azerbaijan and the European Union had been completed. President Ilham expressed his hope that the rest of the document would be finalized as a result of negotiations in the coming period. President noted that Azerbaijan had signed documents on strategic partnership with 9 EU member states, or a third of the member states. He said that these strategic partnership documents signed on a bilateral basis demonstrated the nature of such relations. President Ilham recalled with satisfaction the visit of EU Council President Charles Michel to the South Caucasus region, including Azerbaijan, in July this year, and the meetings held during the visit, adding that detailed discussions on the regional issues had been held. President thanked the President of the European Council for keeping regional issues on the agenda and for his contribution to and support for these processes. He noted that the discussions between the President of Azerbaijan and the Prime Minister of Armenia, which lasted about 5 hours at the initiative of Charles Michel on 14th December, were held in a constructive atmosphere. President Ilham stressed Charles Michel's contribution to the normalization of relations between Armenia and Azerbaijan. He also noted that the talks initiated by Charles Michel had been very tangible and detailed. The parties discussed issues such as normalization of relations between Armenia and Azerbaijan, the delimitation and demarcation of borders, the construction of transport infrastructure, especially railways. At the 6th Eastern Partnership Summit, President Ilham noted the constructive atmosphere between Armenia and Azerbaijan, emphasizing the role of the European Union in creating such an environment. The head of state stressed the importance of not missing this opportunity and continuing efforts to ensure lasting peace in the region, taking advantage of the opportunity. The head of state stressed that the Armenian leadership had usually made baseless and accusatory statements against Azerbaijan during international events in previous years. This time, President Ilham praised the absence of such a situation, noting that he in turn had not spoken directly against Armenia. The head of state said that this provided a fertile ground for the normalization of relations between Armenia and Azerbaijan. President Ilham noted that the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict has been resolved by Azerbaijan itself by military political means. The Nagorno-Karabakh conflict no longer exists. We have to look to the future. President Ilham also touched upon the role of the OSCE Minsk Group, noting that the talks held for 28 years had not yielded any results. He said that Azerbaijan expected a response from the OSCE Minsk Group in accordance with the new geopolitical reality. The head of state noted that the Azerbaijani side believed that the Minsk Group could contribute to the preparation of a peace agreement between Armenia and Azerbaijan, the delimitation of borders, the establishment of contacts between people, confidence-building measures, and other issues. Touching upon the issues of mines in the liberated territories, President Ilham said that Azerbaijani civilians had been suffering from their presence, adding that about 200 people had been killed or injured in mine explosions to date. In this regard, he stressed the importance of the European Union and member states providing technical and financial assistance to Azerbaijan to eliminate the mine problem. President also pointed to the cooperation between the European Union and Azerbaijan in the field of energy, noting that these relations were also of the nature of strategic partnership, emphasizing that the 3,500-kilometer-long Southern Gas Corridor was one of the largest infrastructure projects of the 21st century. President Ilham said that Azerbaijani gas was being delivered to Europe with the launch of the Trans-Adriatic Pipeline, the last component of the project. He noted that Azerbaijani gas was already being delivered to 3 EU countries, Italy, Greece, and Bulgaria. In the future, Azerbaijan intends to expand the geography of gas exports to other EU member states, emphasizing that Azerbaijani gas was being delivered to the EU market as a reliable and new source. President said that the recent events had also shown the importance of diversification in terms of energy security. In conclusion, President Ilham once again thanked the President of the European Council for his contribution to the normalization of Armenia-Azerbaijan relations. Then, the heads of state and government participating in the summit had a working dinner. President Ilham attended the event.
On the initiative of French President Emmanuel Macron, an informal meeting has been held between President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, and Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, in Brussels. On December 16th, President Ilham Aliyev's official visit to the Kingdom of Belgium came to an end. President Ilham Aliyev signed a decree on the improvement of social and housing conditions of persons who receive the status of a martyr family and whose disability in connection with the war has been determined. According to the decree, at the order of the State Committee for Work with Refugees and IDPs, the privatizations of apartments located in multi-story residential buildings constructed in Romani settlement of Sabuncu district, Umit settlement of Garadaks district, Hocasan settlement of Binagadi district, Abshiron, Lenkeran and Samuk districts, as well as of those apartments which are located in multi-story buildings, which are part of the State Housing Fund and which are currently under construction in Khudahari settlement of Sabuncu district and in Abshiron district, will be done by selling these apartments by the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection of the Population. The Cabinet of Ministers prepared a draft of the rules for the sale of apartments and use of the funds obtained from their sale. The Ministry of Labour and Social Protection of the Population has been tasked with undertaking measures to provide with apartments individual housing people who are registered as those in need of housing through the funds obtained from the sales of these apartments. The joint final declaration adopted by the member states of the Eastern Partnership and the states of the European Union at the 6th Eastern Partnership Summit in Brussels fully coincides with the position of Azerbaijan. The visit of Azerbaijani President to Brussels, as well as the declaration, confirms that the European Union has accepted new realities in the South Caucasus and in this explains its cooperation with the region.
The importance of Azerbaijan for the European Union, its role in the energy security of Europe, and finally the acceptance by large-scale power centers as well as by the European Union of the new geopolitical situation created in the South Caucasus was once again clearly demonstrated at the Brussels meetings. The 6th Eastern Partnership Summit, the text of the joint declaration adopted by the member states of the Eastern Partnership and the EU states, fully coincide with the priorities and challenges of the official Baku. The declaration expresses the EU's support for the independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity of all Eastern Partnership member states within the internationally recognized borders. The European Union calls for the formation of good neighborly and trusting relations in the region, regional cooperation, strengthening of transport links, and this is fully in line with the post-conflict agenda of official Baku. Azerbaijan is committed to peace, stability and predictability, and our efforts are aimed at minimization of risks of any new war in the region. For that purpose, the best way is to open communications, to establish active dialogue, and to learn to be neighbors again. Our policy is very open and straightforward, and I hope that if there is goodwill from Armenian side, we can start as we propose working on peace agreement between two countries and to put an end to hostility. The European Union is interested in cooperation with the countries of the region to ensure long-term peace and prosperity, and in this context considers Azerbaijan as a strategic partner. Considering that today energy security is turning into a matter of national security of states and the priority of the European Union in diversifying sources and routes, the importance of Azerbaijan for Europe becomes obvious. In this sense, the joint declaration welcomes the completion of the Southern Gas Corridor. Azerbaijan also did not join the paragraph of the declaration concerning the internal affairs of Belarus. Thus, official Baku has once again demonstrated its adherence to its political course and principles in any scenario, respect for the sovereignty of countries and non-interference in the internal affairs. At the same time, a politicized approach related to human rights, humanitarian issues and double standards is not acceptable. Finally, Azerbaijan is loyal to its friends. Returning to the South Caucasus, a new stage has begun here, and the interests of the European Union, which accepts Azerbaijan as a strategic partner in participating in the processes at the post-conflict stage, echoes the interests of our country.
Azerbaijan's proposal to Armenia to sign a comprehensive peace agreement is extremely important. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu told journalists during his visit to the United Arab Emirates. The Foreign Minister of the brotherly country also dwelt on the steps taken by Turkey to normalize relations with Armenia.
Tabii biz Azerbaycan'la her konuda
We consult with Azerbaijan in every issue and take steps with an awareness of Azerbaijan. Let no one question whether we can act separately from Azerbaijan. We are one nation, two states. The peace proposed by Azerbaijan is an important step for the normalization of relations. We are taking steps to achieve trustful relations between Azerbaijan and Armenia, at the same time for trusting cooperation between Turkey and Armenia. At the suggestion of the head of our state, the former Turkish ambassador to the United States, Serdar Kılıç, was appointed the official special representative for the normalization of relations with Armenia. On the other hand, both Turkish and Armenian private companies have applied for permission to operate flights between Yerevan and Istanbul. These proposals are being considered by the General Directorate of Civil Aviation. The resolution of this issue will be released shortly.
Under the instructions of President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Ilham Aliyev, the work on improving service, social and living conditions of Azerbaijan Army servicemen continue. Military infrastructure facilities recently built in the liberated territories were visited. The modular accommodation point is provided with everything meeting all the necessary needs of servicemen. Since the Defense Minister attended the opening ceremony of the newly built guard camp in one of the military units. The Defense Minister gave instructions for the organization of combat duty and troop service and wished success to the military personnel. In Agdam region, a tractor was blown up by a mine. The incident took place on the territory of the liberated village of Bashgarvent. The tractor was blown up by an anti-tank mine. As a result, the tank was seriously damaged. According to the preliminary data, the driver was not injured. Unarmed employees were at the place of the explosion. 984 infections with novel coronavirus were registered in Azerbaijan. 1,748 people recovered after treatment and were released home. 12 people who earlier tested positive for COVID-19 died. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 608,060, with 582,243 recoveries and 8,149 deaths. The number of active infections is 17,668. To detect new infection cases over the past day, 12,440 tests and overall 5,718,629 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan, the task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.